Does celiac disease affect you? You will almost certainly react aggressively and adversely to even trace levels of gluten in your diet. Consequently, you reconsider dining at a restaurant and meticulously read the labels of any food items. You may want to try a gluten-free diet even if you don't have any health issues due to gluten. People think it has incredible health benefits, like more energy, weight loss, and enhanced health. It's important to understand how different items may contain hidden gluten before you go grocery shopping. Although packaged goods without gluten are typically labeled as such, not all products that may contain gluten fall under this category. We will talk about all of these things and more in today's video. 1. Gum chewing. What is the frequency of your chewing gum carrying? Do you find that chewing gum helps you concentrate better? If the answer is yes, you're going to get a startling revelation. The last item you would be concerned about containing gluten would be chewing gum. It feels so little that reading the ingredient list even seems pointless. However, you must exercise caution because your preferred brand may be covering the chewing gum with a flour-based coating. This aids in preventing the chewing gum's various pieces from sticking to one another inside the container. Make sure the brand you're using doesn't contain gluten by reading the label. It would be preferable to stick to mints to assist freshen your breath if you want to completely avoid the risk. 2. Dressings for salads. Vinegar for salads. Let's not forget about salads when discussing a healthy diet. Yes, they are an excellent source of fiber, antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals. It's incredible that you may obtain all of these without consuming excessive amounts of calories. The worst problem with eating salads for meals, though, is that they can taste a little blah if salad dressings aren't used. And that's the first sign of trouble. Store-purchased salad dressings typically include a lot of calories. Moreover, they can be concealing gluten. Ensure that the salad dressing you choose is free of gluten the next time you reach for it. The majority of salad dressing brands thicken their products with gluten-related ingredients. These consist of malt vinegar and malt flavoring. Additionally, soy sauce is a component of salad dressings. These are derived from gluten-containing grains like wheat and barley. You can determine whether a brand is gluten-free by reading the label after you've chosen it. It's not always obvious if a brand contains gluten. It is recommended to check the contents list to see if any of them contain sources of gluten, such as wheat, barley, or yeast. 3. Barley Barley. The last thing you want to consider when out on the town having fun is gluten. However, you have to order drinks carefully if you're following a gluten-free diet, especially beer. Because wheat or barley are used to make most beers, they contain gluten. It's important that you exercise caution when placing drink orders. Although the majority of liqueurs are gluten-free distilled spirits, other ingredients added to the cocktail might not be. Another alcoholic beverage that could include gluten is cider. Startled? Apple cider should be the last beverage to contain gluten because it is a byproduct of fermenting juice. However, producers frequently include other ingredients, which might not be gluten-free, to improve flavor. 4. Candies with chocolate. I'm sorry to be the one to deliver bad news. However, it appears that giving up your beloved chocolate may be necessary if you're following a gluten-free diet. Cricket gain candies made of chocolate. The majority of components used to manufacture chocolate are free of gluten. Ingredients you'll find in most recipes, such as sugar, milk, and chocolate, don't contain gluten. However, some chocolate manufacturers include gluten-containing malt in their goods. Another chocolate that contains gluten is the one that has cookie pieces in it. Certain chocolate manufacturers have lines of products that come in both regular and gluten-free varieties. As long as they are produced in the same facility, cross-contamination is a constant possibility. To ensure that the chocolate is gluten-free, you should read the label. Perhaps you could attempt a few recipes to create your own chocolates at home that are free of gluten. Please remember to share the recipe with us. 5. Soup in cans. Soups in cans. Chocolates came first, then alcohol, and now canned soup. We aren't trying to rob you of all comfort foods and drinks, I assure you. However, the truth is that soups can help you overcome your worst enemy, gluten. Soups might not contain gluten in them. However, preservatives are added to the canned variety to lengthen its shelf life. It's likely that such preservatives contain gluten. Certain brands incorporate thickeners into their soup recipes as well. Since these thickeners are typically made of wheat, the goods they are used in contain gluten. There may be gluten ingredients in even dry soup mixes. Any soup that you are purchasing off the store should have its ingredients checked. Making your own soup is, of course, the best method to ensure that it is gluten-free. It can be prepared in big quantities and frozen for later use. When we're unwell, our favorite comfort food to consume is soup. Are you curious about some other foods that improve health that you can eat when you're sick? See our video, 9 Foods You Must Eat When Sick, for more information. 6. Wheat. Are you shocked to find oats on our list? They are gluten-free, right? Of course they do. However, there's always a possibility of cross-contamination with wheat fields during oat harvest. If you must avoid gluten, you should read the labels on products made with oats. It indicates that the producers have taken precautions to ensure that there was no cross-contamination during the harvesting process. You need to keep an eye out for this label on more than just oats. This also holds true for goods made with oats, like granola bars. Avoid those brands unless the label states, certified gluten-free oats. 7. Quick coffee. No. Flying disc quick coffee. Gluten is not hidden by coffee. For a great number of us, this rapid energizer is the drink of choice in the morning. Does giving up coffee include giving up gluten as well? Yes and no are the answers. Coffee beans are without a doubt devoid of gluten. Gluten is not present in the finished product, not even after roasting and grinding. However, a lot of instant coffee manufacturers employ gluten-containing chemicals as thickeners. There's a good chance that some of the ingredients in flavored instant coffee include gluten. It might also include powdered milk, a product made of wheat. We don't need to explain that wheat contains a sufficient amount of gluten. Although you don't have to give up coffee entirely, you should exercise caution if you reach for instant coffee. 8. Skincare items. Skincare items. Gluten can be found in more than just the food you eat. It's possible that the items you use on your skin contain gluten. You should find out if the hand sanitizer you frequently use contains gluten, particularly in light of the recent coronavirus outbreak. They might contain wheat germ oil or wheat derivatives. This also applies to other skincare and makeup items. Of course, using these skincare products won't result in you consuming gluten. However, if you don't thoroughly wash your hands after using them, you can find up ingesting gluten the next time you eat or snack. 9. Hair gel. When I initially discovered that numerous brands of shampoo contain gluten, I was taken aback. This is because gluten is thought to be beneficial to hair health. Derivatives of wheat and barley may be among the ingredients used to make shampoo. Certain shampoos also include oat and grain-based oils and components. There is a possibility that gluten will enter your body when you use a shampoo that contains gluten to clean your scalp. Shampoo products containing gluten should be used with caution. 10. Processed beef and cheese. You may not want to choose cheese and processed meat if you're trying to eat healthily. However, be mindful that processed meat may contain a lot of gluten if you do consume it. Animals-fed grains are typically the source of processed meat. Additionally, different grains are used by the manufacturers to prepare the cold cuts. Salami, liverwurst, and regular hot dogs are likely to contain gluten. Gluten can also be found in cheese. Wheat and barley-derived compounds are frequently used by manufacturers as thickening agents. To prevent clumping, some producers of shredded cheese add flour to the product. This implies that you can't just go to the store and get your preferred shredded cheese or hot dogs. Whenever you purchase any of the cheeses or cold cuts, make sure to look for the label that indicates gluten-free. 11. Condiments and sauces, relishes and toppings. The use of soy sauce is growing in popularity. If you enjoy incorporating soy sauce into your food, be aware that it can contain gluten. This is due to the wheat content of normal soy sauce. Look for labels on soy sauce products that say, wheat-free, or gluten-free, to prevent this. If not, you might want to try some gluten-free soy sauce substitutes. For instance, tamari soy sauce is manufactured entirely of soy and has no wheat. However, soy sauce isn't the only ingredient that conceals gluten. The majority of store-bought sauces probably include gluten. Several producers thicken their sauces with gluten-based ingredients. These items may also include other gluten-based additives, such as artificial coloring and flavorings, in addition to thickeners. Your digestive system can suffer greatly if you have a gluten intolerance. However, is it the sole indication that you are intolerant to gluten? What other natural remedies are there to aid in better digestion besides avoiding gluten? Tell us in the comments section below.